Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt, back again today with another video at the only place that we always can be. And as you already know, that's Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Guys, today, brand new figure pickups episode number 33. And like the great Larry Bird, this is going to be a great episode. So we're going to kick off. We're going to get it right underway. We're going to jump right into these figures that we've got for you today. And as always, if it's not Mattel, if it's not, WWE, AEW, I usually like to start off with those items first. So this item, we're throwing it way back. We're going way back to my childhood. A figure that I never got when I was a kid. And all these years later, I am trying to complete certain things. And one of those things is obviously getting at least one of every female wrestler that has been made in a action figure form or some way or somehow. So obviously it doesn't matter what it is. If it's Mattel, I prefer to get it in Mattel. If it's Jakks, I'll go with Jakks. The TNA lines, which were still by Jakks, prior to I think it was like Marvel or something that had them prior to that, but I don't even know if they ever even released a female wrestler in those series up until that point, so I don't think they did. In the Jakks line, they definitely had a few. Obviously, Madison Rayne. I want to say her name's Angelina Love. I could be wrong on that one. And a couple others too. We got Miss Tessmacher or Maker. I'm butchering names here, guys. It's been so long since I've watched any of these people. It's been so long since I've watched really TNA religiously. I try to, but sometimes it's just so hard to keep up with everything aside from work and all that. But neither here nor there. We're not even going to go into that. But we have been searching to fulfill that list of female talent, female wrestlers. So, of course, this one right here is a huge throwback and also very cool considering that we just had the WWE draft only about a week ago. We've got none other than Ivory coming out of the WWE draft. This is the SmackDown side of things, the SmackDown box and, visuals here. But a very cool figure. I do believe, I could be wrong, I think there is one other Ivory figure that they did make, and I'd have to actually double check that, but I'm not 100% positive on that. And so very happy to have this. If they did make another Ivory, I will say what would be really cool is if that figure was right to censor, but I don't think that they ever did that, so I'd have to double check. But again, guys, so many figures, so many years. At one point, like I've said before, I sound like a broken record. I used to be able to go down every series, every line, every style, whether it was deluxe aggression, ruthless aggression, classic superstars. I could tell you everything, from series to what they came with and accessories and all that other stupid stuff. But here today, we've got none other, like I said, than Ivory coming out of the draft series, the WWE draft series, which is actually really cool because I don't know if they ever had any of these packaging with the WWF logo on it. I'm also going to have to look into that. I would think that that would be a little weird to do like a mid card change, but we have seen it done before with a few other things, so we'll have to double check on that. But very cool. Like I said, it comes with a little stand here that says draft on it. They've got like a clip-in thing. This is kind of before you had like the Mattel stands, but very cool. And I remember back in the day, used to go into a comic store in Warwick. It used to be called Kelly's Comics, and wow, we're throwing it way back for anybody who might be local, but Kelly's Comics used to have a whole bin of wrestling stuff, accessories, whatever it may be. And I believe all the wrestlers were like $2 a piece or like $3 a piece. And the accessories were like $1 a piece. And I had a good time in there. I certainly did. And I remember when we used to find these in there and how awesome it was. We used to, take them home and use them as stands and, use them as like platforms for, what do you want to call it? Interviews, stuff like that. But, very cool. So seeing this again and seeing this old style packaging, these big packages, because back in the day obviously we weren't concerned about plastic, cardboard, all that stuff wasn't a thing yet, and if it was, nobody was listening, right? So very big packaging, very cool. It's got a little bit of a bend in it, but no big deal there. I'm not always worried about stuff being mint, but this will probably stay sealed unless I have some crazy day where I start opening everything, then this might actually see the light of day. But until then, Ivory will stay in the package, and she will stay a part of the draft. I guess she'll be looking to see where she goes. A long time ago, but very cool, like I said, to have that back again. And going into our next item here, again, sticking out of the Mattel stuff until we get to the very end. We're going to wrap up with that. But we are jumping into some MLW figures. And that's not Matt's League Wrestling. That's Major League Wrestling, just so everybody knows. I'm not doing anything that big yet, so just... Oh, guys, I don't know. I think I'm a little overtired today. I think that's what it is. I just got to get through this video. Like I said, we've tried to put this one through about 5 times now. If it's not something happening elsewhere, if it's not something stupid happening in this room, a light bulb blowing out, something going on outside, whatever it may be. But thankfully, we are going to get through this one. So without further ado, we got MLW Series 1 here, Jacob Fatu. Very, very cool figure. Extremely rare figure. Not easy to find right now. Sold out everywhere. You're looking at paying anywhere from about $70 to $75 to $100 on eBay. But if you guys want, head over to Matt's Wrestling Collectibles on MERCARI. I will leave a link in the comments below to this video. I got 3 of these for sale right now, guys. And no, they're not retail, but if you need one, come and check it out. And also, too, here's a good one for you guys. I've got these listed right now for $80 each on MERCARI. Come to MERCARI, message me through the item, tell me that you watched this video here today, and I will give you $10 off, $70 plus shipping on an MLW Series 1 Jacob Fatu. So, like I said, just remember that. Get over to the Matt's Wrestling Collectibles MERCARI. I'm going to leave the link in the comments below, and you guys can get over there, message me on the product, and let me know you saw this video on YouTube. We'll take $10 off right off the rip on your purchase of Jacob Fatu MLW Series 1. But a very cool figure here, obviously adding more to this whole bloodline story, and more figures coming out, more stuff that's happening. And speaking of the bloodline story, guys, you want to get this before it's too late, because once he debuts on WWE TV, forget it. It is going to be all said and done. These figures are going to go over $100, and I'll guarantee you it is going to be so hard to pick one of these up. But a very cool figure here, coming with multiple head scans, and obviously this barbed wire wrapped kendo stick. Very, very cool there as well. Attire is nice, and I do like it, but I will say one thing, guys. As far as the lime greenness, that bright green compared to the packaging tones and some of the pictures there, it's a little dull, but I do like this figure a lot. Very excited to add this to the collection. Very excited to add this to the ever-growing bloodline that is in Matt's Wrestling Collectibles. But that is Jacob Fatu, Series 1 MLW, and to accompany him out of Series 1 MLW, we've got none other than Alexander Hammerstone. And you guys might be already saying, what's going on here, Matt? Something's not looking right, and that is because we are missing the belt, and we are missing his other head scan. And the reason being for that was when I purchased this figure, I just wanted the figure. I didn't really care so much about getting the belt, and I'll explain that in a second, but I just wanted the figure itself. He's got his sunglasses in there. He's got his extra hands. He's just got the figure itself, and I'm very happy just to have this. You know, it's what I wanted. I didn't care for all the other stuff. And those items went up on MERCARI. We sold the head. We sold the belt. Those are already gone. And for Alexander Hammerstone being beltless, the reason for that, guys, is our next item that we're going to show you here. And that is the MLW belt pack. And so I had to grab this. I am a sucker for belts. I am a sucker for accessories. And I think a lot of you out there can relate to this right now. So we did get the MLW belt pack. And as we go through it from, well, I don't want to say from top to bottom, because they have it one way here and they have it a different way in the package. So we will just go through what belts are in this package. We've got the MLW World Heavyweight Championship. We've also got the MLW World Featherweight Championship. We've got a set of the MLW World Tag Team Championships. We've got an MLW World Middleweight Championship. And we've also got the MLW World Openweight Championship, as well as the MLW Opera Cup. I guess that's what that says, the Opera Cup. I don't know. I've never really watched much of it, guys. I know you're like, oh God, Matt, how can you be a fan? How can you be so into this? How can you love this so much and not keep up with every last second? Well, guys, I can tell you this. 2 things. 1, I stream everything. I don't have cable. The only thing that I pay for is UFC pay-per-views. Shout out to Dana White. Somebody get me a job over there. Chael Sonnen is not the only one that's a good talker. Make sure you're calling me up, because I might need a job there someday. But Dana White's the only one that's taking my money when it comes to TV, other than the subscriptions that I have. Obviously, Peacock, YouTube, all that other bullshit. But, guys, oh my God, did I just swear in a video here? We're breaking the 4th wall. Guys, so without being any more into this big mess of stuff here. I do stream everything. I watch everything next day. So even like Monday Night Raw, that's Tuesday Night Raw for me, or that's Tuesday Raw for me, because I'm watching it while I'm at work in the morning. But yeah, so I watch everything the next day. So I catch Raw on Tuesdays, NXT on Wednesdays, I catch AEW on Thursdays, or Thursdays. I catch, TNA when I can on Fridays. I catch Friday Night SmackDown on Saturdays, and then I got to watch that before the PLEs are on, and UFC and everything else. But like I said, guys, that's the way it goes. And so I do not keep up with everything. I don't even know what MLW is on. I don't know if it's on a streaming service. I don't know if it's on a TV channel. I don't know what it may be on. If you guys know, sound out in the comments below. Let me know, where is MLW located? Where can I go and watch it other than on a stream? But that is the MLW belt pack, guys. Very, very cool. Happy to add this to the collection. And now, obviously, as of this moment, as far as I know, we have all the belts. So that is going to go there. Up next, we finally start getting into the Mattel. This first item was one that I had to grab. It was an offer that was sent my way. And for $10, I don't think you could go wrong. We've got Shayna Baszler coming out of, I think it is Elite 67. Elite 67, Shayna Baszler. She's coming with the entrance towel around her neck. She's also got the NXT Women's World Championship in there as well. And like I said, guys, for $10, I think shipped out the door, it was under $17. Very, very nice. Excited to add it to the collection as always, and again, continuing to build on the female talent, the female wrestlers. So very excited to add this to the rest of them, as this is the first Shayna Baszler in the collection, and it is also the first time in the line Shayna Baszler. That's another thing that I really do enjoy, is getting the first time in the line divas as well. And like I would tell anybody, it's not that I only plan on buying one of every diva or female wrestler. I'm sorry, I'm going back to, again, showing the childhood here. We're showing where we were at in the wrestling days. But all the female wrestlers, all of them have, not that there's consistent, good figures of them or consistently bad figures of them. It's just that there's only, so much that you need with some of them. Some of them have, great attires, great changes in attire. There are a few Charlotte Flairs. There's a few Becky Lynches. Obviously, there's a few of, every, female talent has some good figures or has a couple of different, maybe, attires, except for a couple of these people, obviously being, maybe one and dones, first time in the line, last time in the line, you know what I'm saying? So for some of these, I will definitely add more, like, for example, Trish Stratus or Lita, or even maybe, somebody like Becky Lynch or the Charlotte Flairs. There's a lot of other attires out there, so I might be adding more when it comes to them. But Shayna Baszler, I don't know if this will be a one and done. If I was going to get another figure of her, it would probably be a more recent style where she has that eye paint that was kind of with that Ronda Rousey deal. That would be something maybe I would add, and then it would kind of be like, think we're good for the time being. But Shayna Baszler, Elite 67, coming with the NXT Women's title, and like I said, that's a very cool figure. And for $16 shipped, I don't think you can beat it. So, up next, we have a figure that I'm not sure if I already showed you guys. If I did, I apologize, and if I did not, then you are seeing it right now here for the first time. Some people would say this figure is too cool for this video, and it is none other than Rikishi, coming out of the Greatest Hits line, the Elite Greatest Hits line. This was the first series of Greatest Hits that they did. I believe they're coming up on either the third or fourth series at this point. But this Rikishi, very cool figure. I actually do have another one of these that will be up for sale soon. As you guys may know, June 2nd, Crown Plaza, Warwick, Rhode Island, Rikishi will be doing an autograph signing. He will be there from 12 till 4 in the afternoon. And you guys can stop by in there, check me out, check out Rikishi, check out his booth, his stand. He'll have autographs, pictures, whatever that you'd like to get from him, all available for purchase, as well as from myself. You will be able to buy a couple of different items, whether it be a magazine, a figure, something Rikishi related, and maybe you want to go and get that signed. So we do have one of these that will be available at the show. I also have a couple other Rikishi items that will be available at the show. However, those items will not be available on MERCARI until after Sunday, June 2nd. Whatever doesn't sell, whatever I'm still left with at that time, if anything, will be posted up on the MERCARI. But until then, I'm showing you guys this because now I have two of these, one of which I'm keeping, and this is the one that you see right in front of you here today. So Rikishi, looking as only Rikishi can. The only thing that I don't like about this package is I don't think, and I could be wrong, but I don't think he does come with those glasses that he's shown with. So no glasses, but he does have his overcoat, his shawl there, and he's also got his Rikishi, strap, weight belt, whatever you want to call it, his guard. But very, very cool. Excited to see this figure in hand finally. And as we already know from the Vault series, is doing the other Elite Rikishi that we got. So I think with that one, we do get him with the sunglasses. I believe he still has on the necklace the Rikishi around his weight belt, his attire there. I don't think that will be the same. I think that'll be a different color. And I also think he has like a red, cover, piece that he would wear out to the ring, however you want to call it. I don't want to call it a skirt, but you know what I mean, guys. It's similar enough, I guess. But Rikishi, one of the absolute all-time greatest of my childhood, just because he was so heavily involved in the Attitude Era, so heavily involved with the Too Cool and Scotty Too Hotty, Grandmaster Sexy. Big shout out to all those guys, and a big, rest in peace to Brian Christopher, also known as Grandmaster Sexy. They made my childhood. They made a lot of great moments for me. I remember doing the worm as a kid. I remember getting in trouble in school for doing the worm. And, hey, what can you do, right? Scotty Too Hotty lives in all of us. But for Rikishi in the Greatest Hits line, we are going to move on to the next one here, which is, how do I want to go with this one first? I guess we'll start off with the most recent and work our way backwards. So if you guys haven't already heard, apparently in the past week or so, Jerry the King Lawler has cut ties with WWE. They are unable to reach an agreement at this time, or they were not wanting to reach an agreement at this time. I'm not 100% sure on the news. You can go and Google that and probably get a little bit more information there yourself. But knowing that, I had to jump on it. So we did get a Jerry the King Lawler basic figure here, but the reason why I wanted this one so much was because it is a more up-to-date, more recent time era of Jerry the King Lawler, a more modern Jerry the King Lawler. But very nice, very cool, and I do not add basics to the collection often, so you always know if you see me adding a basic to the collection, it's probably for one of two reasons, and that's either because it is the only figure that person has, or it's because it's just that great of a figure, and this one falls under that option too, because it is just that great of a figure. It's very cool. He's wearing his wrestling attire, tights with the boots underneath, the shirt on top. Jerry the King Lawler on commentary, but was always ready to step in the ring on a dime's notice, on the drop of a hat. He was ready to get in there with the best in the business if he had to, right? But speaking of commentary, what did he do all those years? He was the voice in a lot of households, him sitting next to JR, and throughout the years, him sitting next to Michael Cole and so many others that Jerry the King Lawler has shared that commentator's desk with. So none other than Jerry the King Lawler yet again. The Survivor Series British Bulldog Elite Build-A-Figure set. We got Jerry the King Lawler looking more of the late 90s Jerry the King Lawler. This is maybe more like 97, 98, somewhere in there for the King. And I love this figure because this really brings me back to my childhood. This makes me think of him and JR sitting there on a good old episode of Monday Night Raw. Raw is War. And guys, this is a very cool addition to the collection. We probably will be selling the... yeah, bring that back. We will probably be selling the British Bulldog Build-A-Figure parts because I don't think we're going to really need anything to do with those. To be quite honest, we're probably going to see this figure come out down the road somewhere. It's probably not just going to be a Build-A-Figure. It might have some tweaks. It might have some variations. I know we also got a very similar basic figure of this already released, so who knows what might happen there. I guess we'll have to see. Check into that as the time goes on. Who knows? But Mattel's always out there surprising us. I think we see this in a future Elite line potentially. So... but this Jerry the King Lawler, man, he is just looking great. And this whole series was looking great. The Shawn Michaels is a must. I think the Kevin Owens is a must. And the Charlotte Flair is actually a really nice figure as well. It sucks for me right now because I'm waiting, I think, on the best of Ultimate Charlotte Flair to be sent. And once we get that, it's kind of like, all right, now that we got the Ultimate, do we really need any other ones? Maybe one, maybe two, I don't know. But considering that I'm not looking to build the British Bulldog figure, I don't even know if I'd have to worry about picking that one up. But again, I guess we'll kind of see, how things go as we go. We're starting to creep in on the space over here, guys. Thank God we only got one item left. But saving what I believe is maybe the best for last, we have none other than the Rocky Maivia, or the Maivia Legacy 3-pack. Mattel Generations Walmart exclusive. And guys, I gotta say, this is a very, very cool 3-pack. Where do we begin with how much is in this package that is just first time around, first time we're seeing stuff like this? So many cool little things here, but we're going to start right off with the man himself, the man who started this line of people that you see here, or at least as far as we are concerned right now, started the beginning to our beginning, right? And that is High Chief Peter Maivia. This is his first time in the line figure. A very, very cool figure. Much nicer, in my opinion, than the Jax version. And it's so crazy that this was even coming out and even being discussed. I was only maybe a few months back looking for the 3-pack online, and I was like, I really don't want to spend the money, but I want it in the package. I want it in the box. So I'm like, I'm going to have to, kind of spend the money and buy that. And for what I would have paid for that Jax 3-pack, I, paid probably about half of that to get this. And I got to say, I think these figures are a lot better. I think this High Chief is a lot better, much better detailing. I love the accessories, absolutely awesome there. We get Rocky Johnson. He's got his robe. I love that he's got the yellow tights on, because I believe the last Rocky Johnson that we got, I want to say he either had red or he had maybe purple tights on in that Walmart or Target exclusive, which he was in one of those elite lines as like a collector's edition. So that's very cool as well. I'm very happy to see that. And then we come over to The Rock, which obviously is, the key point, the centerpiece, being the centerpiece of this 3-pack. The Rock looking as only The Rock can. He's got on a bracelet on this side, a watch on this side, awesome, extremely cool. I think they used a Stone Cold short mold to give him what he's got there, but you guys can't see. It would be hard for me to turn the box and show you. But he's got on like loafers, like moccasins, and just so cool. You know what I mean? Like, this pack is just awesome. And, you look at like some of those things that he comes with, like I said, the watch and that bracelet. It's nice to see that we're starting to get like some accessories that are just not common. It was not something that we saw back in the day. And I mean, granted, we had so many customs growing up. Me and a few of my friends that were very big into collecting always found a way to make customs. Whether it was necklaces or bracelets or anything of the sort, we found a way to make what we didn't have. And it's just so cool to see items being made that you wanted all this time later. So, for that being in this, and then as well as getting that Kevin Nash in the Monday Night Wars line, he also comes with a watch. So very cool. Excited to see where some of these accessories continue to go as time moves on. But with that, guys, we have come to the end of another new figure pickups episode, and of course this is episode 33, the Larry Bird episode. And so as you guys already know, at this time I'm going to ask you to do the same thing I always do, and that is to get over to my channel, hit that subscribe button, also hit that bell icon, push the notifications if you want to see me every day and all day, and as well, like this video if you can. It helps me out tremendously. It boosts me up into the YouTube algorithm, and so you guys are always helping me with that, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, a couple other little quick shout outs here as well. Check out my buddies and my friends, my community all around the world, all around the US of A, and that is none other than my buddy over on YouTube, RNC Gaming. Make sure you go and check him out. Just recently starting that channel, but a lot of content to come, and a lot of great content on there, between wrestling, video games, to skateboarding, to racing, to just about anything. You can find it over there on RNC Gaming, and that's R with the and symbol, C Gaming. So RNC Gaming, go and check them out. Give them a subscribe, please do. And if you happen to talk to them and leave them a comment, let them know that Matt's Wrestling Collectibles sent you over there. As well as my buddy Zay. Oh, I got to give a big shout out to Zay all the time. He is out there doing his thing, podcasts, shows, YouTube every day, independent wrestling, so much that he is doing right now within this community and for this community. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you get over and check out the FTW podcast. He is, of course, on YouTube. He's on Instagram. He's on Facebook. And all these people I'm mentioning, check out all social media platforms, as they may be on some, if not all, might be on few, might be on all. So who knows, but you can find them there. as well as my buddy Corey. He is the runner and founder of Gone Broke. We are doing that show on June 2nd at the Crown Plaza, where Rikishi will be in the house. So definitely get over to all of those platforms again